and I get asked this a lot. I talked to somebody today in the app about like, what do I do? How do I get sponsored? And you brought up a good point. If your values aren't aligning, if you're somebody that's like, well, I want all the shine on me, but I want to be sponsored by TMA, and it's like, buddy, we're building a community. You know, you can't really have that. And that's just an example.
Yeah, good example.
I think you really have to look at what that brand wants, and so many people are like, well, I get top fives, I constantly get I'm on the podium more times than I'm not, but I can't get sponsors, and I keep telling them like, hey, I'm on the podium. Like, that's great, but how does that turn into revenue for the company? They're there. You're essentially you're a marketer for the company. How can they get ROI or return on their investment? So if they give you free gear, they give you free handlebars, if they give you free tires, it's cost them something. It costs them money from their suppliers to make the product. Now, how are they going to get that money back from giving it to you? What are you going to do? You just saying, hey, I'd like to thank, Mike's Bump Sticks suspension for for the free stuff. How is that different from any other kid? Why should I give it to Johnny when Jimmy says the same thing? How do I decide between the two of you guys? So I always tell people, look at what you can provide uniquely, and everybody has their own unique thing. Look at what you can provide uniquely that allows you to highlight those same initiatives or promotions or whatever it is that the sponsor, the company values and what they're working towards. If you can align on those things, then usually 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a sponsorship. And I think it's what you've been really good at. Is what a lot of riders are good at. The riders that are good at that, you can tell because they're usually not winning. Sometimes they don't even make night shows, but you will guarantee they will be at every race and they will be promoting the crap out of their sponsors, and that's where the money keeps coming in. So keep an eye out for the people that you see that you may not see their name at the front of the finishing position list, but look at how they position themselves to get those sponsorship deals, because a lot of times you can replicate that and it leads to success. And we did a video together on that on my channel like years ago. I think it was at Spider where we talked to Jet, we talked to Dazzy,
Yep.
I had you on there. I think I had Ronnie Stewart, Bauer, a bunch of people on there that were just talking about how they go about getting sponsorships. And that's kind of like the same thing. Work hard, figure out what your unique voice is, and align it.
Yeah, your unique voice. Like, do your thing. Do your thing.
Yes.
Caitlin from Inside the App just got her first sponsor, so congrats, Caitlin. She sent me a message.
Shout
and
out.
was excited and asked for some advice, and I said, quite literally, do exactly what you're doing now.
Yes.
Posting videos
Oh
of you
my
riding
gosh.
with your daughter. If you can
Yes.
implement product integration of like you wearing the thing and don't say anything about it, excellent. Like the
Yeah,
last thing you
yep.
want to do is get sponsored by some company and just take a picture of your stuff on the floor in a box and say, hey, thanks for giving me this, which is, by the way, what I used to do when I was 17 years old. Because I thought it was cool that I was getting this big box of fly gear or whatever it was at the time. I'd post a picture of it all and say, thanks. That's doing nothing other than making you look silly. When who cares if you look silly, by the way? But this just
No, that's right. I literally, she called me, we talked for a long time, verbatim what you said the same thing. I wish we need a recording of you just saying something that we can send out to to everybody, because really it's do what you're already doing. Like you have you are unique, you are special in what you can provide. Use that. I think that sort of that reassurance and that confidence Kickstarter would be paramount for so many people. Just to hear you got this. You are unique. You can do great things. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, and lean into and over exaggerate if you want to the thing that is you.
Yeah.
That's basically what I did, right? Over exaggerating like the dorkiness of my YouTube intros by saying hello or saying toodaloo at the end of my things. All these little things that I kind of did intentionally to lean into my character a little bit more is what created what we've created. If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.